Okay. So we are live.
Sweet. I'm Chloe.
And I am Sandy and this is WordStitch.
It is WordStitch. If you're in the United States, I hope you guys are having a good Labor Day. If you are not in the United States, I hope you guys are having a good Monday. Depending on where you are, you might be having a good Tuesday. Are we there yet?
Possibly,
No.
possibly.
No, nope, nope. England is still on Monday because it is 9 p.m. there if I remember daylight savings properly.
Well, anyways, welcome wherever you are. So we are. This is past Labor Day. So does it feel to you like after you go past Labor Day that you get back into work mode? Because that's how I feel. Like,
Normally I don't, but this year absolutely.
you know, I made this like enormous to do list for myself the other day of like things I need to
Normally
accomplish.
I don't. Oh God, oh God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do that. I
Go.
was trying to mute and I hit the wrong button and then it turned to
It's
disaster.
fine.
Hey.
So, okay, so I made this like enormous list of stuff I need to accomplish before the end of the year. It's like this massively ambitious, like I need to do this, publish this book, and get this book out. And these are all things that like I cannot possibly finish before the end of the year, like based on how I've been doing. And I still have not revised the list. I'm going for it, damn it, because it is September and it's a new semester, and I might even buy a new notebook, and I can do this. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fully support that.
So, what are you working on today, Chloe?
I am going to be working on I'm working on the story that I was trying to work on last week. I'm doing a fresh start on it. So this is a songbird that I am working on now, and it is the third book in my Shifter romance series. And I literally just started the current draft of it. Today I've got like 600 words, so I'm pretty much on a fresh start right now.
That's actually kind of funny because I'm like at the very, 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 very end. Like I am doing one more proofread of the typeset version of Sisters of the Peerless
Mhm.
Heart, and then I'm pitching that thing not to agents but to like reviewers. So it is in like arc stage, and we're gonna get it out and try to get it to independent bookstores. So hopefully I'll have that ready by like tomorrow, or
Yes.
maybe even the end of this word stitch session.
And then you'll
Um,
be where I am.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you're watching, I'm running this workshop this week, starting on Wednesday. It's called the 9 Day Novella, and it's a little shorter, I think, than what Chloe is trying to do, but with a shorter amount of words. So don't feel like you got to compete. And if you're interested, I can actually talk about that at one of the breaks because I'm going to be
Yeah.
posting some stuff as I do it this week.
Yes, but it is for after, which means that if I get this all timed right, we are going to be starting our sprint right at 5 after. So I don't know
Close.
if I actually said this on air last time, but I need to have like a clock with seconds on it, and I don't. I'm just using my like standard clock here, and I would really like just once to start this right on the minute instead of like dancing around it like we are right now. There it is. Okay, go ahead and start your 10-minute now.
Okay, and we are back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How far did you get? Did you do okay there? Did you hit
Yeah.
that goal?
Yeah. I need to. I've got like a couple chapters left to go through, and I think I have just enough time today to get that done, and then actually maybe even move on to like the EPUB formatting.
Oh, that's right. You're not even like actually editing. You're just reading and making sure that there's no
Yeah.
problems, right? Like you shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing a whole lot of
Yeah.
tinkering right now.
Yeah. That's right. I'm reading. It's weird because I haven't read my own story in a while. Like this is when I really sat down this year. So it's odd. And like sometimes I'm like, oh, this is really good, right? And then sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this. Mostly I think it's decent. But yeah, the typesetting is like I'm using Adobe InDesign, and Adobe InDesign is tricky if you have ever attempted it. Like there's a high learning curve, I feel, but when you figure it out, it has really nice results. So right now I'm going through like page by page to make sure that everything looks pretty, and like there's no weird hyphens and no one's name gets cut off in an odd spot, and like there's not like a place where I really messed up the comma next to it, because I can fix that, because of this republishing thing. I probably will still miss a ton of it, but whatever. And yeah, I mean, it's like it's been kind of tedious, but I I think it'll have decent results. And it's like I'm syncing it with my Scrivener file, so like Adobe doesn't give you a good export ability that I like. Like I know people can make EPUBs from InDesign, but I don't like their system. It's too complicated. Like the tags are too complicated to create. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that could be an issue. I mean, I kind of everything trying to make an EPUB is an issue. Caliber is the only thing that I find is easy at all. But yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. I could see Adobe making it extremely complicated.
Well, I mean, and so Chloe imports her EPUBs from Word, and I import my EPUBs from Scrivener into Caliber. So we both end up using the same program. But I mean, I think it's actually a very similar effect. Like we sort of both have a system that will like Caliber picks it up and then like tags things like italics, certain styles, and like creates the chapters for you, and then you sort of like go through and just make sure everything looks decent and like how you want. But
You write smut where you really don't care that much.
yeah. But
I'm sorry. I do like I literally my checking process. I don't endorse this, but again, because I write smut, I things are a little bit more lenient that way.
yeah.
My readers are looking for something different, and I'm not saying that what they're looking for isn't valid. It's just a little bit different. So as long as like all the buttons go to the right places and like the text is readable, I can be flexible with this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I will say though, you know what's one of the good things to check for if you write in Microsoft Word is making sure that you don't have like comments and stuff like that floating around, because that can mess things up.
oh, that would be yeah. That does not usually happen in Scrivener, but I can
You
see
can't really put
where
comments in Scrivener.
you
You can.
can.
It's really.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you do it? I
Never.
don't. That
Never. Yeah.
Scrivener. If you're not familiar with this at all, Scrivener is not like was not really designed to be editing software. So based on like people's requests, they have kind of retroactively um, fitted it
Hmm.
to the Microsoft, the word like track changes and the comments and stuff like that.
Kind of.
It's really rough though.
There's
And
not.
a lot of times it doesn't translate well. So I don't recommend using Scrivener for that sort of thing.
No. Although, so weirdly, so since I have switched mostly to InDesign and Caliber, and I don't use Word, like I used to use Word for all of my editing, and now I'm mostly not. Like I'm
Yeah.
mostly actually doing my editing in Scrivener, and I do one run through in Word, and then I like re-import
Mhm.
it into Scrivener so that I can make everything.
You also have the summary box, which I use as a note box.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think Scrivener is a fantastic program. But yeah. So InDesign though, like it doesn't just automatically export your stuff as an EPUB. Like you have all this beautiful stuff, but it's like so complicated that you have to like tell the program where the chapter headings are and such in ways that you would not have to do in Word or Scrivener, right? Because like Word, you mark you mark it a heading and then you're done. But like, but Adobe InDesign, it's like you gotta tag things as particular stuff, and then like I haven't quite figured out how to work the EPUBs. I'm sure there's a tutorial out there, but truthfully, Scrivener has better tutorials, right? So like,
yeah,
and I think this is a very interesting thing, but like you spend all this time on EPUBs, and once you like start to get to know them, you realize that actually like simple is a really important thing for an EPUB. Mm-hmm. So like I appreciate that a Scrivener or a Word import into an EPUB for Calibre will give you like nice, easy, simple stuff to work with, right? And then if you want to add stuff like I do, you know where to add it because the stuff is already simple. So I don't know how I got off on that tangent. It's because I'm
It's okay.
How did you do with yours?
I think it was actually me because I asked you what exactly you were doing.
Yeah, but that was like a really long what were you doing answer.
Okay. It's okay. It was all valid. So since I am back on like actually writing, I actually have like quantifiable stuff now. I wrote 289 words. Yeah.
That's really good for a 10-minute start.
Yes, and my goal right now is to try to hit 4K tonight, and I'm over 1K now. And I'm planning on hitting it pretty hard tonight. So yeah, I feel pretty good about my start.
You know that so I said I'd talk about my 9-day novella thing. So this is one of the things that I've thought about. So I'm doing this whole like 9-day novella program. I've written a couple of several actually 9-day novellas at this point this year, and it's all about things like how long do you spend on outlining, like what do you outline in, what do you do to make it easier for you that like one day that you plan your novel in, and then stuff like just how many words can you finish in a day, so and how do you do it fast. So like my workshop is going to include things like sprints and word wars and goals, and I'm hoping that I can introduce some writers, maybe some of you watching, to some of this stuff, because like this idea like getting 289 words done in a 10-minute sprint, that's huge, right? Like that sets you up for the next sprint so that you can then like go in and get 800 done and then maybe finish.
I probably won't because I do a clean write, but I'll try.
Yeah. I think that's so my daily goal for the novella is like 6,666 words or something like that. It's like kind of insane, like you really spend like practically the entire day doing it.
Yeah.
But word sprints make it a whole hell of a lot easier.
Yes. Yeah, word sprints. I know that we obviously push word sprints because that's exactly what we are doing here. But I really like the thing with me and word sprints is that I feel like even if I am writing like a 4,000 word day like today, I feel like I haven't actually lost any of my day because I can still do things in between word sprints. And just pacing myself right and knowing how long, how many sprints I need to do throughout the day really makes the actual day itself go a lot faster or like go a lot better and feel like I was still productive, that I still, socialized and got stuff done and, dicked around on Facebook the appropriate amount of time. I can absolutely binge watch a show. I feel like I have binge watched a show, but also done a full work day.
Yes, I agree with you. I do this also, and I've never thought about it that way. Like, I totally created a cover the last time I was doing one of these on one of those days. In, like, the breaks, right? So, like, you sprint, then you do something else. You sprint, then you do something else. We are almost at another sprint, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Okay. All right, should we get ready for that? Get that queued up?
I am getting ready for it.
You are good. We have word prompts.
Just to let you talk while I was while I was pulling that up.
Nice, nice. So we didn't do the word prompt last time, and you had a great word
Oh my
prompt.
God, I've got word prompts for everything. The word prompt for
Yeah.
this one is the masks we wear, and it is
So
25 after.
good.
So we are going to go ahead and start now. We will see you guys at 10 of. There.
There.
Was having some clicking inabilities.
Oh.
It happens.
So what's your word count at?
So I did have to get up and get a drink. So I only got 527 that time, but that's still pretty good.
That's really good. Yeah. No, that's great. Excellent. And I am on the epilogue, so
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. We'll get this finished before we're done.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe I'll just relax for the rest of Labor Day, you know?
Really weird.
I know. It's really weird. Actually, I mean, you know, like the whole thing that I'm doing right now is especially odd because so this is really weird. My page count has been decreasing. I'm adding words, like, you know, like as I go through, I'll be like, oh, this would be a really good spot to say this like better, colorful word instead of like she ran. So I'm not decreasing words as I do this, you know, like if anything, I've added like 20.
But you're also finding line breaks that weren't supposed to be there?
No, I don't actually know, like a few, but I think it is because I set the hyphenation like slightly different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing the things that will affect that.
Yeah, no, it's like a lot of pages, like enough that I might have room to put in like a little preview of something or whatever, or
Yeah.
like if not that, then maybe I can put, I don't know, like an advertisement for the Immortal Mistakes series or
There
something,
you go.
right? But
Yeah.
it's weird.
There's always stuff that you can add to it. That's the important thing.
Yeah,
Having
yeah,
extra space instead of not space enough.
right. But like I planned it for like 416 pages. I think I'm going to be at like 405 or something. So I'll have like 10 pages I can work with.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all good.
You can even put like part of the reader magnet in there.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that actually might be the plan. I mean, those chapters are short,
Yeah.
so it would be. The only thing is, a lot of people who actually like read that probably. I mean, they probably already read it, right? So like they probably find that first.
It wouldn't be a bonus for them, but it'd be a bonus for other people. You can't
True.
can't cater to everybody.
True. Totally true.
Actually, you know, it's funny though, because that's something that I've been stressing about, because I feel like I need to have like a regularly available freebie. Like just me, like I feel like I should just have something that's always available. You know, just something that you can like click through from the website or whatever. And I've definitely had that thought of, oh God, but what if it's like old stuff that people already read? Well, I certainly can't, you know, be producing new content both for sale and also just to be giving away. Like that's way too much. So
that is exactly the problem I'm dealing with my romance pen name right now, and it is why I have free stuff still out there, and why I am I'm not I like I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this last novella. Like, am I gonna charge people for it? Like, am I just gonna put it out there? Like,
I don't see why not. I mean, so here's the deal: is that if you don't charge anybody for it, then you're going to make $0 off of it. You might get some more readers, but again, like it's going to be the same readers that you've been getting on all of the other ones. So this is a good time for you to test and see if any of these readers that you got through the other free ones are actually going to pay for anything. Like you're not going to lose anything by charging for it, but you might lose by not charging for it.
So here's a thought I've had. It has occurred to me that like I should charge for it, but that maybe I should create a way for people to get free copies. Like maybe I should post a like, send me a copy of your review on Goodreads and you can have a free copy of the next book or something like that.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that legally.
You can't like say like send me a review of He Made Biscuits and
I don't think you can, but you know that I mean, do you actually have a like an ARC team?
Not that I feel like strong about yet. Yeah.
No, but like you could still do like I've got, I don't know, I've only got like 30 people on mine. this is important to anybody who is listening right now. So when you are building your newsletter, if you are going through the reader magnet thing, what happens is you end up getting a whole bunch of people who will never buy your work. I
Right.
have 1,500 people on my newsletter, and the last story that I put out, I had probably 100 people click on the Amazon link. And so far, this book just came out, so don't judge me by this, but so far I think I've had like a grand total of 10 sales from the newsletter. That's from 1,500 people. So that's because my newsletter is basically entirely built off of reader magnets. This was something that I went into knowing. So I'm not like upset with these numbers. I just knew that this was kind of like the path that I was taking. But the thing is that what I did with the previous one that I did have up for free, and this is the current series that I'm working on, the Shifter series. So the first one I put up for free, I gave out 1,000 copies of that. From those 1,000 copies, I invited everybody who wanted to join my ARC team. Nobody ever signs up for these things. It's really weird because it's just more free books that you don't have to like be sifting through this stuff. So I really don't understand the mentality of readers who do reader magnets. That's okay. I just do my thing and it is what it is. But so I've got now 30 people on that ARC team from the 1,000, and then I probably had like 8 before that. So I got 11, whatever. But so that ARC team is who I send my free stuff to. And anybody who wants to can join it and get everything for free. Nobody ever wants to join it because they don't understand that they literally just get everything for free. But it's also like I do get a couple of reviews from everything off of it. That's how I've built up my ARC team.
I mean,
I don't know. Was that on topic?
Yeah, no, it was. I'm thinking hard. This is my thinking hard face.
I answered your question at all.
You did. No, I mean, I don't know why I haven't, like, why I have this, like, total fear of, like, selling my romance. I get good feedback on it.
The worst case scenario is it doesn't sell, but if it's not selling anyways, then what difference does it?
Because I think I want to be strategic about it, right? Like, I don't want to waste product that I've produced, and I want it to do the job it needs to do, like, when I need it to do it. So I totally agree with you. I probably don't need, like, I probably should not put the third book in this little series up on, BookFunnel as just a plain old free.
Yeah.
Like, it probably needs to be an
you can
ARC.
offer it to your newsletter readers, but not anybody new.
Right. So Sandy thinking so hard.
So here's something else, and again, this is definitely to everybody and not just to Sandy. Something else in this is that, so here's another option that Sandy has right now. She can put it on her newsletter and just put it up for anybody on her newsletter that if they want to read this book, they can download it. BookFunnel allows that. You don't have to actually go into any sort of a subscription or a group, what's the word that I'm looking for? A group giveaway.
Right.
You can just have it up there.
Right.
And then anybody who wants it can download it. And anybody who clicks on that link to download it, Sandy can see who they are. She can see how many people actually do it. That's a nice way to get some information about if your readers, if your newsletter people actually care, are opening, are going to read through, if there's any reason to keep these people on your newsletter. It is almost 5 o'clock though.
Okay.
So Sandy, if you have any thoughts on that while I am queuing up, go for it.
Yeah, my thoughts are that this is like so hard to set up, and
what are you talking about?
No, because I really think that, like, there's a lot of strategy involved in this. Like, I felt pretty good about how my last month went. More on that in 30 minutes. Everybody write 1,000 words.
Sorry, but we are going to write, and this is really what you're here for.
Yeah.
And
Not
and a
us.
little bit of my
Oh,
advice, but
writing prompts,
mostly.
writing prompts, writing prompts. You did.
Oh, the writing prompt is old and new friends.
All right.
Go ahead and
Cool.
start now. There, got it that time.
All right, we are done. So, how'd
Yeah.
your 30 minutes go?
It went, let's find out. 708.
Nice.
And I'm over 2000. So, yeah. I think I'll be good as long as I stick with my 25 minutes to hit that 4,000 a day.
No, that's really good. I finished my epilogue, so now I'm on to the acknowledgement section. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So this is a real problem, right? Like when I write romance, my acknowledgement section is like non-existent, right? Because I'm
Do you mean that literally? Because mine is literally non-existent.
mine is too. Like I don't
Yeah,
do an acknowledgement
I do
section.
not do acknowledgments. I don't have the time.
I seriously like and honestly like I mean you're writing those books so fast, right? And like
Yeah.
sort of like getting through them on your own that you're doing a ton of it independently. So like thank you to my husband for allowing me to be absent for hours after. But okay, but this one, Sisters of the Perilous Heart.
Yes.
I mean, I actually I've had tons of people who have been like who have actually legit, from
Like
from
beta readers and everything.
yeah, but and not even just that, right? Like there have been like neighbors who encouraged me to write, and like church people who were just so excited, or like my
Yeah.
colleague who gave the book to his colleague who gave it to her son who really loved it, and like I'd like to be able to name everybody, right? So and since it's a republish, like I've got so my acknowledgement section is like a monster, and I can't decide if I'm gonna do it. I mean, I had a very effusive acknowledgement section the first time. I don't know if that's like, I mean, maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe I should. I'm very torn. I don't know what to do. I have the pages. I can.
I'm sorry. I'm eating rock candy because I make poor life choices. I was like, oh, there's rock candy there. I'm just gonna put some in my mouth. Now, like, I don't know if the rest of you can hear this, but this is loud.
I
Like
can't.
everything is echoing in my brain right now.
Help me make good life choices. What am I going to do with this acknowledgement section?
Help me make good life choices by not eating rock candy on the air. So I feel like so this is not at all me telling you not to write the acknowledgments. This is just a preface to what I'm actually going to say.
Yeah.
Never in my life have I had any job where I felt the need to thank people for supporting me in my job. So I feel like it's a really weird thing that writers are expected to do this, but we are.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I choose not to do it, both because I am a romance writer and also I feel like for me, there's just like too many people that I wouldn't thank because I don't want to thank, but who I should thank. Like family members that I'm not close with my family. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on the air, but I'm not close with my family, but like I'm close enough that I feel like I should say stuff, but also they didn't encourage me. They were always like, when are you going to get a real job?
Oh, I understand that too.
So I feel like, and then like my mother hates what I write. So it went from like, why don't you get a real job to why don't you write something that's worthwhile? So that being said, I guess just clarifying that I'm not the best person to have an opinion on this. But that being said, I really feel like with acknowledgments, you should make a list of all of the people that you do want to acknowledge, but spread it out. Like, take certain people from that and thank them in this one, and then you know that there's how many, is this a 4-book series that you're doing?
Oh, I don't know. 4, 5, 6, 7, however long it takes to finish the
Okay.
series.
I would
It's
say
just a
like take a
series.
quarter of that group and take from it like both some of the more important people and less important people, so that like when you get to the later book, you're not like grabbing at straws for people, that you're not like, hey, kid who mows my lawn and mailman and high school bestie that I haven't talked to in 20 years. But like kind of put a list of importance and like pick a little bit from each group. And only thank them one time over the course of the 4 books.
That's a really good point. I think so what I was thinking of doing is keeping the people who I thanked in sassafras, because it would kind of suck to remove someone from the list, right?
Yeah. See, but I feel like as long as they are somewhere in those 4 books, it's okay.
I've got so many. I feel like if I can just like not add any, right? Like if
Okay.
I can keep it limited, then maybe that's good. Because there are also things like some of these people, I'm not gonna thank the awesome critique group I had 3 years ago for like book 2, right? Because they never touched book 2.
Right.
Or like I'm not gonna thank my neighbors in Marietta, who are amazing neighbors, but like I no longer live by them, so they don't have the opportunity to encourage me the same way for like book 2 or 3.
Okay, so that's a different criterion that's totally valid.
Yeah, but your point is I need criteria and I got to keep it limited. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like otherwise you're going to be thanking, like so you're not going to be thanking the people in Marietta on the second book, but like your husband you can thank every time, and I'm sure that there's family members that you can thank every time, and like specific people in your life who will be valid to thank every single time, but that's insane.
Yeah.
You don't need to thank them every single time.
That's fair enough.
So for that, then focus on making sure that you get all of the people who are no longer in your circle, get them all thanked and knocked up the list, and then add like whoever you need to.
Oh, that is really fun. So here's the other thing I've got to do that's weird in the acknowledgement section. Like, because I self-publish, I've got various sources that I get from the internet. So like when I use an icon from FreePic, right?
That's a separate section of thanks, though.
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, it's not the same paragraph, but like it's still.
No. But like, I feel like that's kind of like that additional page where like in Harry Potter. I'm pointing at Harry Potter right now. I don't even know if my hand's on the page, but anyway, it's got that page of like all of the typesets.
Mine doesn't have a page of typesets.
What?
No, I've got nothing.
What? I thought I did. Am I making stuff up? Are we going to have to pretend that that's the world that we live in? Anyway, so I feel like it's still, like if you still want to call it acknowledgments, you can, but that it's definitely on a different page. Oh, yes. Okay, so mine does. I don't know if that is even a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I don't have that in any of mine.
Hardcover?
I gotta check this out now. Okay, hang on.
I'm sorry for this tangent. This is what I do, guys.
Now we're gonna see.
But so this page, it's got a little bit more on it than that. I didn't realize it when I was opening it. But yes, this is absolutely the.
Oh, I see
not
it.
Personal, but the professional acknowledgements. So yes, this is a separate page. And I don't, like, I don't know if she has acknowledgements in the first one or the 7th one. I just grabbed 3 because that happens to be the one that I grabbed. So I'm guessing that there's somewhere in one of the book there is acknowledgements or are acknowledgements.
No, I see what you're saying. This is interesting. So, like, I think that this is her substitute for an acknowledgement section. Like, she didn't do a huge thank you thing. She has, like, a little dedication in the very beginning.
It's literally, it's all professional. Like, none of that is personal.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. But so, I mean, and that's actually kind of similar to what I did with the novella. I did a like, this is the typeface when it mattered. Although I don't really think you would need to say that your text was set in 12-point Adobe Garamond, a typeface based on the 16th century type designs of Claude Garamond.
I am in no way saying you should do that. I don't support that.
That's what she did.
To be clear, I was not endorsing doing that exact thing. I was just pointing out the fact that, like, you can just have a completely separate section that acknowledges the more technical side of things, like where you got your images from.
Yeah, yeah. I might just do it as a couple little paragraphs then, and like call it.
Yeah.
God, if I can just keep it to like 4 pages. 4 pages.
Right.
That should be a fair limit.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
You absolutely can.
Yes, and it will be done
I'm
soon.
just going to put that in the category of stress about things that you don't need to stress about.
Yeah, but it is like crazy, like how much people care about it, right? Because like okay, so like let's suppose I were to take people out of the book where like I know that they read a chapter early on, right? And then like never really touched it again. But I thanked them the first time because that really mattered to me the first time.
Yes.
So like now if I see that person again, like it's offensive. And honestly, I think writers have to worry about that, like because you have to remember like a super fan is really valuable to you, but like if that person starts to dislike you, then they become a super like anti-fan.
Yeah.
And that's significantly worse than like having people who just don't care about your book because they're potentially active. And I'm not saying that like there's anybody I would like kick off my list.
Would actually have a vendetta against you.
Yeah. I mean, not that like anybody on my list doesn't deserve thanks, right? It's just that like as we said, there's so many that it becomes a little bit like, how do I prioritize this? But I think I'm okay. I can do this. Maybe I can even do it in 10 minutes. That's going to be my goal for the next thing.
Yeah, I think you can literally just like write out that list of everybody. Honestly, I feel like this is actually something that you should like write out that list today of like everybody and then give yourself, like a day or whatever to sit on it because there's probably going to be a couple other people that pop into your brain.
I don't think I can add people. I think if I add people, it's going to be crazy.
No. I mean to write out like the entire, like every single person that you need to acknowledge at some point.
Over the years? That would be difficult.
That would ever make it into any of these.
I'm just going to say I think that I have enough obsessive qualities that would be just dangerous. I might
Okay.
I might let you do that with your books.
I will never do that with my books.
I feel like that's like saying like I think that you should write down a list of everybody that you should pray for over the next year.
I will never do that.
Spread it out over like 365 days, so that you don't cover somebody more than once.
I feel like you also have vastly different criteria than I do for who is even valid to ever get a thank you that's actually printed in my book.
This is probably true. All right. You have still given me good advice. You have made me feel significantly less guilty about not including extra people.
Even if the advice doesn't work for you, I'm sure that there are other people out here who are less crazy and will agree with it.
I totally agree. Okay, wait, it is 5:45 or 5:44, so let's
it is. I was already there, Pam.
And what's our prompt this time? Oh my god, it's perfect!
What is the last prompt this time?
Fanboy, fangirl.
Oh yeah. Fanboy / fangirl / fan gender neutral. I get confused about how to handle it in those situations. Non-binary fan. Okay. So this is just going to be our quick cool down. So it is 45 past. We are going to write until 5 of. Go ahead and start. Sorry, I was doing that finishing a sentence thing.
That is okay. I am still finishing my acknowledgements thing, but it's loaded. It's like it's written, and now I'm just putting it into the InDesign thing.
Nice.
Which also makes me feel really proud because honestly, like, this is so bizarre. It was really hard to learn how to put like to copy and paste in InDesign. So I'm like really proud of myself for being able to do
Oh.
that.
Oh, that's a weird thing to be complicated.
It is. It is very, very weird.
It's like Control C, Control V. I don't want it.
Oh, I know, right? Like it's super strange. But whatever. Anyway, so it is done. It has happened. This is good, and now I can just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say as I like look at this and try to.
There's no such thing as moving on.
There's no such thing as moving on. It's the truth. Yeah. Um. So how'd you do? What's your like total word count for the day?
So I got 272 there. My total word count for like the day is 2627. Yeah, so I got almost 2000 during our sprints, which again is fantastic because my goal is 4000 for the day.
Yeah, that's huge. That's half.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, and if you're joining us, hopefully you got tons of words or tons of editing or tons of typesetting or tons of motivation. Yeah,
Tons of anything.
tons of anything.
Yeah.
I think probably sometime around like October we'll return to like serious word sprinting all the time, right? In preparation for Nano, something like that.
What do you mean? Are we not doing serious word sprinting now? I'm doing serious.
You
word
are, but I
sprinting
mean, like, we're being a little lax about like one day you'll be editing, one day I'll be editing. I think we will both be
now.
word
I mean,
sprinting.
that's gonna be November.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that I will be
Editing in October.
editing in October. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, but so join us next week. We are
Yes.
here next week, right? There's no.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm here for a while now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to everybody for joining us, and
Yes,
we'll see
thank
you
you.
again soon.
Yeah.
All
Good luck
right.
with your writing, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.